All right, CEA students, Mr. Voigt here again. Just as a little bit of review, last time we did our headers, okay? We figured that out. Remember, we made a little mistake here in our 12-foot board, but anyway, we did our headers. We also figured out how much siding we needed by using square footage method. And I don't want to walk all the way through this again, but that's what we did. If you need a review on that, go back and watch the last video. But the reason I come here and say this is because on our next thing that we need to figure out is insulation. So insulation goes in the stud walls all the way around our shed, right? It will also go in our ceiling. But I do that when we do the roof, so we won't look at that right now. So really what we're going to do is use a lot of the same measurements. So as you can see, on this one, I don't figure out square footage. Because I already have my square footage numbers, and I say right here, using square footage from our siding, because over here, I figured out square footage. So the square footage for my long walls was 128 square foot per long side minus the window that we had, right? And we had a 3x4 window on each side, which adds up to 24 square feet. So 232 total square feet for both of our long walls. And then the same type of thing on our short wall. 96 square feet minus our one window, and then down we did it again. We had to add our peak into that window. Okay, so the only thing we have to do that's different, so we have all these numbers, right? Our total square footage on our end walls is going to be 96 plus 27 minus our 16 square feet for that window, which is 107, by the way. That's where this number comes from. Over here, we're going to use those same numbers. So we have our 232, and then we have our 107. We also need to figure in this one, because we're going to put insulation in the wall that has our door. The reason we didn't use the door side over here is because we don't have siding on our one side. It's brick, so we only have to figure one end wall, because one of them's brick. So over here, we need to put insulation, even though that's a brick wall. So the only square foot calculation we do is here. Same thing, 12 times 8 equals 96, plus our 27. Wait a second. This should be 107, shouldn't it? No. It should be 128 because I didn't add in here. This is great. I did not add in here. I did not add in here our peak of 27. So it should be 96 plus 27. So this should be 123, right? Great. So this should be equals, well, we'll just leave it there, equals 96 plus 27 peak. Or we'll say feet squared peak. So that's 123. So that's 123 minus 20, which is 103. Okay. Why did we subtract 20? Because our door is 6 feet 8 inches tall. I have to convert this 8 inches to feet. So we're 6 full feet and then another 0.66 feet. So 6.66 feet. And then I just rounded this up to 36 and made my door a little bit bigger. So that's 6.66 times, this would be 3, not 36. And I'm going to get 19.98, which I round up to 20. So I subtract that square footage out of my wall, I get 103 square feet. So down here, what I need to do is, I actually mess up twice. I need to do that, and then I need to add these together again. So 232 plus 107, that would be 339, 439, 442. So when we come down here, so I take my 232 from my two long siding walls. That's minus my windows. If I flip back, you'll see that I subtracted my windows out of those. Okay, that would be right here that I did that. On my short wall, I had forgotten to bring my 100, whoops, on my short wall right here, I had 96 and I had forgotten to add my 27 for my peak, which I had already done over here when I got my 107. So I had to change that, and then I had to change my 107 here. And then we figured out our new one, our new short one, which is 96 plus 27, minus our door, which is 123 minus 20, which is 103. Up here on this one, on the 107, it was 123 minus my 16, right? That's why this is 4 more than this, because my window is 4 by 4 on this short wall, and my door is, which is 16 square feet, and this is, 20 square feet. So this makes sense, right? This is 4 less than that. 16 is 4 less than 20. Anyway, then I take this, and this, and get my total square footage of all my walls. And they sell insulation by the square foot. The rolls I found were 15 inches wide, which is 1 foot 3 inches, which is 1.25 feet. That's what this should be. And they're 39.2 inches wide. Okay. 39 is, that's 3 feet, 3.2 inches, right? 0.25. So we're going to say 3.25 feet. So if we do that, if we take that, we find the square footage in that roll. Say 1.25 feet times 3 point. Oh, no, wait, that was already in feet. I apologize. So I changed this. I converted something I didn't need to convert. It was 15 inches wide by 39.2 feet long. So what I put here, that's feet, not inches. So the insulation is 15 inches wide by 39 feet long in one roll. So I apologize. So I didn't need to convert this. I was converting this to inches as if it were I thought this was 39.2 inches and I was converting it to 3 point whatever feet, right? Well, it's 39.2 feet. So I take this times this and I get this. So if I get 49 square feet per roll, I can take my total, which is 442, and divide it by how much I'm going to get out of a roll. And I need, and I'll go ahead and do that, 442 divided by 49. Oops. And I get 9.02. So that's not very much over 9, but it is over 9, isn't it? It would probably be a good idea to round this up to 10 rolls just in case. And if you don't use it, then you can take it back, but I would buy 10. Okay, so you always got to round up from whatever you find. If this is 9.5, it makes a little bit more sense to buy a whole nother roll because you're never going to get 9.5 out of 9. But 0.02, we could be off enough that 9 rolls might just do it. And then we would take our 10th roll back. So anyway, that's how you do that. Drywall, I'm going to do this real fast. It's the same kind of thing. I say using the square footage from siding and insulation, I go ahead and figure this out. Drywall is sold in 4x8 sheets, just like siding or just like sheathing. So I take my 232 square feet here. This is probably going to be off because once I made one mistake, it cascades down through this because I was using my old measurements. But my short walls are going to be these two added together, right? 210. So it's not 183. So I got to change this to 210. And I'm again at 442, right? Okay, so those are my exterior walls. All my walls on the inside of the shed, around the edge, around the outside, on my exterior walls, has this much square footage. I have an interior wall in there, and there's two sides to that. So it's 12 feet wide by 8 feet tall, which is 96 square feet, and then there's two sides to it. So I have another 192 square feet on my interior wall, and I have a ceiling in there. And my ceiling is 16 feet long by 12 feet wide, so another 192 square feet. So I got to add these three footages together, square footages together. And down here, uh, this is going to be slightly more than this because this isn't 415, it's 442. So it's not going to be 799, it's going to be 800 and something. So if I go 442 plus 192 plus 192, and I get 826 square feet. And so then down here, I know that each piece of drywall, again, is 4 by 8, which is 32 square feet. And I'm going to have to update all this because of my one mistake back on my other pages. So 826 goes here. And I'm going to divide 826 by my 32 square feet, and I get 25.8125. Which rounds up to 26. So I need 26 pieces of 4 by 8 drywall. That's a ½ inch thick. So again, I'm just using my square footage. You can look at that, pause this video if you need to look at that closer and understand it, and go back and listen to me explain it more than once if you need to. But I'm not going to go at a snail's pace, so it's up to you to kind of go back. And if you still don't get it, ask me during class. I don't think it's super complicated, but it does take a little bit of time and an eye for detail to go in here and make sure these are right. Obviously, mistakes happen. I had a mistake that is cascading down through every one of my calculations. I just fix it when I find it. That's what happens. You try not to do that, but it happens. Okay, on to the next video. What we have next time will be roof. So we got some different things. We should be able to knock out the roof all in one short video, and then that will be the end of materials figuring, and we'll type all of those final numbers into our spreadsheet. All right, next time.